Hello everyone, welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel once again. We are again here to discuss about weekly analysis of Indian and the US stock market, and a lot happened in the previous week, and we are right now at a very confidence point where if something goes wrong then we might see the entire Indian market to be in a bear phase. So please watch this video till the end of the course, because we are not only going to discuss about what's next in the week, but we are also going to discuss about what is the important support and resistance which Nifty, Bank Nifty and all the other indices has to hold, so that we can take a rally from there, or we can get a new all-time highs from it. So please do watch this video till the end, and of course please do not forget to subscribe. In this chart, basically in the Nifty daily chart, as you can see, we have a wonderful support cluster, and as I predicted in my previous weekly video, that 21,850 to 21,000, 22,000 basically was the support zone. So if I adjust the support level accordingly, so right now we can see 21,800 to 21,950 as a solid cluster zone. Okay, this is a support zone, and from here we got a bounce back. I won't say this is a recovery. There is no signs of recovery at all. Okay, we are still in the daily chart. We don't see any sort of a recovery, but yes, we got a bounce back, and it is really very important for upcoming weeks to hold this cluster of 21,800 to 21,950. It is equally important, and on the higher side we have 22,500 as an ultimate resistance, I would say. And if we have to find out whether we can reach out to these levels on the very next week or by the following week, and so on, because this level of 22,500 itself is a good resistance. And we fumbled many a times, like in 20th March, 1st April, 2nd April, 3rd April, and in the previous past 11th of March, again 7th of March, and so on. It proves out to be a wonderful resistance itself. So we are likely to consolidate for the upcoming week in between 21,800 to 22,500. These are the levels where Nifty is going to consolidate. Of course, the important level to hold here, important ground to hold here is 21,800 to 21,950. So this is what Nifty in a nutshell is all about for the rest of the week. If we go to Bank Nifty daily chart, as you can see, there is a channel formation here, and the channel is in the uptrend basically. So we are at the lower side of the channel, so probably we are likely to get a support from the lower trend line of the channel. So this support can be somewhere around 41,000, 47,200, and from there we have a multiple resistance here on the higher side. So Bank Nifty, we are likely to consolidate in the very marginal area. It is really very important to breach 48,200 and sustain above that to get the rallies beyond 49,000 and so on. We can see on the daily chart, we again have a historic resistance like 48,630, and then followed by on the lower side 48,200. So most important level right now is 48,200 to breach. So if this gets breached, and if this gets sustained for the upcoming weeks, then of course we are likely to have a higher chances of getting 49,100 and so on. We have to find out, but the most important level, the resistance level to breach, is 48,200, and on the lower side we have 47,200 coming up as a support. Now in between these range, Bank Nifty might consolidate for a while. Okay, if it doesn't, then it's well and good. If it does consolidate in the Bank Nifty, then of course on weekly Nifty 50 chart we are also going to see a consolidation, because as you see in the previous week, we saw a consolidation. Of course, every movement on the Nifty has came across with the higher contribution of Bank Nifty. Okay, whereas PSU banks have also majorly performed. So it is really very important to track Bank Nifty itself, because most of the rallies and most of the downfalls is coming from the Bank Nifty itself. So it has a very huge contribution in the Nifty's rally, upside or downside, whichever things are coming in the very next week. We have to closely track Nifty Bank rather than Nifty 50 itself. When we talk about Nifty mid cap, now here is the thing in Nifty mid cap. As you can see, there is of course a channel formation, but if you see very closely, we have a support of somewhere around 48,600. I would say 48,600 of course, Now, if we draw a line, now let me show you this. We have a head and shoulders formation. Of course, it is not yet completed. We are still awaiting for not only for a breakout, we are awaiting for the second shoulder to come up. Okay, I know it is quite early to mark this right now, but I want to notify you all about that. We are having a strong resistance at 50,400 in Nifty Mid Cap 100. Okay, I repeat, 50,400 is a strong resistance where it has to breach so that we can void the head and shoulders pattern which is yet to be formed, so that we come out completely out of woods, so that we can, if we close above 50,400, then we are likely to take the support of 49,200 or 220 roughly. So it is really very important to breach this resistance zone. Again, we are having chances of consolidation from the lower end of 40,600 to 50,400. These are the levels basically where Nifty mid cap is going to trade. Okay, now since we are standing at the very support level and we are getting a reversal pattern of hammer here, so we are likely to get the higher side of 50,400 very soon, probably by next week. It can happen. So all eyes on 50,400, and then we will take a review on Nifty Mid Cap 100 again. If we go to Small Cap 100, we have a similar kind of setup in Small Cap 100. Rather, it's a very systematic setup here in the Small Cap 100 itself. So 15,925 is a strong support zone. If we hold this up, which we are likely to hold since we have a hammer candle formation here, we are likely to see 16,680 coming up for upcoming weeks. Okay, and 16,680 is again an important resistance. As in the past, we have proved that 8th of Feb and again followed by 12th of April, we saw a kind of a resistance facing at this level. And again, just like in Nifty small cap, we have head and shoulder, Nifty mid cap, we have a head and shoulder pattern formation here. Okay, so this will be a shoulder, this will be a head again. Yet this pattern is incomplete, but we should at least breach 16,680 in the upcoming weeks, so that to count ourselves out completely out of woods. Okay, and sustaining about 16,680 is very important for the upcoming weeks and also for the upcoming month itself. This was all about the Indian stock market analysis. Let's go to the US stock market analysis. So in front of us right now we have Dow Jones Industrial Average Index chart or 1 day time frame. Okay, and in this chart, as we have suggested in my previous weekly analysis, that 29,280 will be acting as a strong resistance, and as we see that we have crossed that resistance as of now, and we are standing at 39,512. Okay, now it is really very important to hold 39,280 as of now. Okay, if we hold this stock completely, then we might see a further rally, maybe a new all-time highs, but the chances of getting all-time highs for next week maybe not that good. Okay, we might see a retest. Okay, in this case, when we do a retest, then this retest can be limited to 39,000 itself. So just be ready for US market to see a few of the red sessions itself. So we can see a retest, but what you can see from the complete chart itself is we got a W pattern here, and then we got a breakout from the Dow Jones Industrial Index. Okay, so chart looks good. We are likely to get a good signs from US market. Okay, probably this would be related to the Fed interest rate decision. Maybe a rate cut is coming soon, as sooner than we expect. Okay, let's hope for the best and keep fingers crossed. If we go for Nasdaq, I have raised a concern for Nasdaq that we need to sustain above 16,210, and we are likely to sustain there. Okay, we see a consolidation after the closing above 16,210 itself. So it is really very important to hold this ground. If we fail to hold 16,210, then we are back to 16,038, which now this will act as a support zone for the upcoming weeks. Okay, we are very much near to all-time high of Nasdaq itself. So again, chart looks good. After getting a sell-off, we got a gap up, and then we are sustaining that gap up itself. So the retest can be, I'm not saying 100% this could be a gap filling, but it can be a gap filling in the upcoming weeks or a month. Okay, we have to find out how much time it takes. and then we have to review ourselves if 16,038 level is broken. Okay, let's follow for S&P index. S&P 500 is again, we are holding a ground of 50 5,190. Okay, the support zone is 5,150 to 5,190 itself. So we have this again 50 zone or 50 points of strong support. So we have to watch closely whether we hold this ground or not. And chart of course looks good, no issues in the chart itself, but it is really very important that we breach the all-time highs in S&P 500. And this is not only applies to S&P 500, we are also talking about the Nasdaq itself, because we don't want US market to get topped the way we have been topped out, making double top or triple top in Nifty itself. So of course, on a caution note, I would say we better make a new all-time highs in Nasdaq in the US market, not only in Nasdaq, across all the three sectors here. Okay, and I'm quite optimistic that after a retest, we can achieve this new all-time highs in the US market. So US market chart looks good. Okay, a small correction or a retest should not affect anything to the to the Indian stock market, of course. And I hope that the correction or the retest would not be bigger in size. Okay, so yeah, that's it from for this week, and I hope you enjoy this video. And if you want any stock specific suggestions, then please do join us in our Telegram channel. The link has been given below in the description. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks a lot.